Good evening, everybody. Let's do some exercise. All right, let's do some exercise. Uh, yeah, let's do some biceps. Biceps. And then some shoulder. And then to the side, I guess. Just slightly different angle. All right, that's it. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes break. Oh, oh, good exercise. That was good. Oh. Okay, good evening, everybody. Let me get the chair. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry about being so unprepared. Ah. All right. Um, yeah. So after I came back from work today, I didn't write because I needed some break from the writing. So I started reading this Mary Trump's book about his uncle Donald J. Trump. Oh my goodness, I'm impressed. Impressed. She's a clinical psychologist, like PhD, and she's good. She is very insightful. Yeah, I knew about this before. Some psychologists have very good insights, and yeah, I've known that before. Although I don't really agree with everything that traditional psychology has to say, but I acknowledge that they have good insights, and Mary Trump is one of them. Okay, very good insights, and very impressive. Very impressive. Yeah, impressed. Even some of my friends study psychology and in various different capacity, and they have good insights. I know. Yeah, yeah. I guess psychological training may have some merits in there. Yeah, yeah. It's just that we want to maintain some independence from psychology. Okay, that's why we call this humanology. Okay, we don't want this to be a part of human psychology. We want to maintain some independence. That's all right, but they're cool. Yeah, psychologists, fantastic. Okay, yeah, including Miss Mary Trump. I was very impressed. Okay, I of course my some of my friends who study psychology, they're impressive too. But this lady talking about Trump family, there's very interesting story. It's like larger than life. Okay, I mean look at my family. Okay, middle income, right? Middle income, middle class. But Donald J. Trump's family, that's big, like very. It's more like Cinderella story kind of like everything is big out in that family, right? A lot of money, a lot of buildings. These beautiful ladies, like models, supermodels, right? Come marry their sons and grandsons and brothers, all like models, supermodels, right? So it's like Hollywood, like Manhattan, Hollywood, New York City, kind of very glamorous, right? So very interesting to read. Yeah, I mean, if I write about my family, if you write about your family, I'm sure you can be very interesting story too, right? But we cannot ignore this factor of this a lot of money in Trump family and a lot of buildings, all the celebrities they associate with, and all the supermodels that they marry. Oh boy, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun reading this book because, yeah, I felt the need to take break from writing, okay, because it was getting too tedious. So it was becoming too stale. So yeah, I needed some break from writing. So yeah. Spoiler alert. Okay, let me tell you something about this book. Okay, what she says. What she wrote. Um, she's not here. married Miss Mary Trump. Probably she's married. I'm just kidding. Okay, her book is there. Okay, that's why I'm putting that way. But yeah. Uh, well, I grab some red wine, I guess, or beer. Probably red wine. Let's start slow. So one of the thing I disagree with Ms. Mary Trump, uh, she seemed to suggest that her father, Freddie Trump's failure is partially due to his alcohol addiction, and that's what she seemed to suggest. She didn't exactly say it, but she seemed to suggest that yeah, alcohol addiction was part of the reason why his father failed, and I had to disagree. Okay, why? Okay, I did hear these stories before. Yeah, some friends of mine or people that some okay, I have friends, right? And they tell me these stories about this. They know somebody who became alcohol addict, and it really ruined his life or something like that. Right? I did hear this story before, but uh, if I if they ask me, my response would be this: let's do conduct some brain experiment, thought experiment. Okay, imagine a world, a parallel universe, alternative universe where there's no alcohol. That would that person have succeeded in that kind of universe? So was the alcohol the reason that that person failed? Right? What do you think? I give 5 minutes, okay? I give 5 minutes. So okay. Because it's an interesting question. That's the problem. Very famous in point notorious in philosophy. The problem of causation. All right, causation, coincidence, like concurrence, and correlation. They are three different things, and they are very confusing many times. Concurrence, causation, and correlation. Okay, yeah, correlation and concurrence pretty much same thing. So yeah, causation and concurrence. Okay, so let's talk about that. Okay, it has long history in philosophy. Okay, and also very important in social science, including psychology. Okay, so yeah, yeah. It's also in jurisprudence as well, in law. Yeah, study of law. Yeah, causation is big thing in those dis- various different disciplines like philosophy, social studies, jurisprudence. Okay, causation is very important. All right, and very difficult subject matter. Right? A lot of confusion. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes break. Okay, so. All right. Ah. Okay. So, um, you're talking about alternative universe, right? Yeah. So, one second. Yeah, I mean, if a person, yeah, they categorize it as substance abuse, right? Alcohol is just one of them. Yeah, I'm drinking alcohol, but I don't abuse it. Okay, I know how to drink alcohol properly. But I learned from my father, just like many Asian teenagers do, if they have good father. Okay, most of them do. Okay, so yeah, and I bet you have very good parents yourself. Okay, but I cannot speak for you because I don't know your parents. Okay, so that's why all the parenting I can talk about is my parents. But I bet you have very good parents. Okay, so it's just I cannot speak for them because I don't know them. All right, that's all. I can only speak for my parents. Okay, because I know them, obviously. So so yeah, in the alternative universe where there's no alcohol, they still have marijuana, cigarettes. They have what prescription drugs, opium. They have this alternative universe devoid of alcohol. Okay, and they have other things, substances, psychoactive agents. Okay, yeah. So this person in that universe would have used something else, substitute to alcohol. All right, it would not make a single difference. Okay, so they put blame on alcohol many times, and they're not quite thinking deeply. They're only looking at the surface. But we are humanologists. We can see things through something inner, substance, as opposed to, no pun intended, seriously, okay? We know substance versus form, outer shell versus inner core content. We know how to see the things that happen behind the scene. Okay, so that's the metaphysics that we emphasize in humanology. Oh, yeah. So yeah. Then what's the causation then? Why is this person weak? Well, we need to define what's weakness and what's strength. I mean, physical strength is just force, Newton, just like we did lift weights, right? That's physical strength. Mental strength. So physical strength can be defined as physical ability to withstand physical pain, like pain of running, pain of lifting weights, pain of swimming. To swim, you have to hold your breath. To run, you hyperventilate. It gets hot, and yeah, there's some physical pain in exercise. That's why not many people do so because it's painful. So physical strength can be defined. One way to define it is capacity to withstand physical pain. Okay, then what's the metaphysical strength? Yeah, capacity to withstand metaphysical pain or mental pain. Huh? For example, if somebody is being very rude to me on the street, that caused me mental pain. Like, oh my goodness, why did you have to cut me off like that? It was my right of way. It's wrong that that person did so, but I slowed down. Why? Yeah, that person was wrong. It was my right of way. But it, yeah, that person wrong. I'm right. It's my right of way. But I have to suck it up and slow down. Why? I don't want to get into car accident. Okay. So I have to suck it up. I'm like, right? Instead of like honking, if they, some people do that, right? Some people did that to me. I'm like, I don't honk them back. I used to back in the days, road rage. I used to have that problem back in the days when I was younger and dumber. How long ago? 4 years ago. Uh, I'm 42 now, so until I was like 38, I used to have that problem. Right? So how did I fix that? I went to church and talked to seniors in Bible study group, and they told me, yeah, it's not Christian to engage in that kind of anger, road behavior. That's not very Christian at all. Okay, and I was like, oh, so that was the time church seniors exorcised me, kicked the demon of road rage out of me in the name of Jesus. Okay, so I thank them. Okay, amply, time and again. Holy Spirit. Okay, church is great. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Christianity. Okay, church is great. Made me better person. Okay, and exorcised me out of many of those bad problems. Okay, not just churches. When I was in the U.S. Army, I would cause some troubles. Okay, my seniors, sergeants, corrected me. Okay, so I stopped being confrontational with my fellow soldiers. Okay, so they fixed me. Okay, army sergeants. Holy Spirit of the U.S. Army discipline by army sergeants. Okay, yeah, and also like my professors, teachers, friends, my parents, my bosses, former bosses, superiors, colleagues. Yeah, Holy Spirit. So I guess people who get into like alcohol addiction, people who kind of are weak, uh, it's because they didn't have mentors. Some people say in psychology, psychotherapy area, they say trauma, childhood trauma. I doubt it. That's one of many points. Humanology deviate from psychology. Okay, we deal with the same subject, human mentality, right? But they emphasize in childhood experience, trauma. We don't. Okay, because you see, Friedrich Nietzsche said, well, "Yeah, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger." Right? Yeah, whatever bad experience in childhood, it can actually make this person stronger. Okay, as long as this person has good mentors, tough love, soft love. Okay, yeah, then this person becomes stronger person. Did I have childhood trauma, some bad time? Of course I did. Everybody did. Because children, playground is like animal world. They pick on each other, bully upon each other, okay? So everybody goes through that. Bullies in elementary or K-12, bullies. They are bullies because uh, most likely in their household, their parents and people they live with, probably they are abusive to that bully. So bully get all this negative stress, negative copium in the household. They come to school and they spit out all this negative copium, the stress, pain, and suffering to other people. Okay, so yeah, they go through some bad time too, right? Probably in their own homes, bullies. Okay, yeah. I mean, if bullies are violent, they must have learned that kind of violence somewhere. Where else? Their house, yeah, from their parents. Maybe their parents are physically abusive, violent. That's how they learn violence. And they come to school, yeah, they do the same thing that the parents did that violence to them. They are the bullies, school bullies. Okay? So that kind of innocent, they are victims themselves. They're the primary victims of violence, the bullies. Okay? Secondary victims of violence, yeah, smaller kids in school. Yeah, it's propagation of negative copium in humanology. Okay, so we are plenty of things to write about, and this paper is almost done. Most likely it'll get done in a week. Okay, yeah, it's about 70 pages also. Yeah, yeah. So bullies is this okay? So in their school bullies in their houses. Okay, okay, we'll take 5 minutes break. Okay, I need some focus rest. Let's talk about bullies. Okay, so what do you think about bullyism? All right, school bullyism. It's not just in school. After people become adults, look at President Trump. He bullied everybody, right? Yeah, it happens in the adult world as well. Look at no other than President Trump, right? How about President Barack Obama? Huh? They were bullies, okay? So more or less. So all right, yeah, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I guess there's some benefit of buying and reading books or renting a book, borrowing a book from library. It's very in depth, right? As opposed to in the web, Wikipedia or news articles, they tend to be quite shallow, right? So I guess there's some benefit of reading a book. Very in depth coverage. Yeah, it's a Trump family story, micro history, right? Yeah. So just one family, right? Larger than life, but still. Okay, bullies. So, uh, the hatred. Okay, so yeah, they were hated by their parents, I guess. School bullies. Okay, so they have been receiving a lot of hatred from their parents, abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse. Okay, and they come to school. Now they start hating other people. All right, their colleagues in school. All right, just passing on the hatred that they receive from their parents. They come to school. Now they are passing it on to others. They hate other people. They project hatred they receive from their parents. It's like a ball, right? That's negative copium. Okay, passing this, being passed on hatred from their parents, and carry this ball, come to school, and throw that ball of hatred to other people in school, to smaller guys and girls. So that's bullyism. It's also criminalism too. Okay. Yeah. I talk about that in the next paper. Okay. Yeah, next paper will be about metaphysics of copiomology and new metaphysics, copiomology and diadualism. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be next paper. It'll be very interesting paper. Next paper. Very metaphysical. Okay. Mhm. I might submit to psychology journal. Well, of course, they will reject it, of course, but I think I should. Like metaphysical psychology. I'm not sure if that kind of field exists. Let me look it up. Okay, let me grab my cell phone. Okay. Okay. Metaphysical psychology. Does that kind of field in existence? I don't know. Never heard of it. Okay. There exists such term at least. Okay. Somebody used that term. Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Yeah. I'll submit to some psychology journal. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, it's good to have predecessors so that it's not too new. It's not too new. Yeah. It's good to have predecessors. Otherwise, there will be too much resistance. Yeah. Like a road, right? Yeah. That's copium channel theory. That's whole another subject matter. Whatever. But yeah, I may put some in copium channel theory in next paper too. It will like 50 pages, so sure. Yeah. Yeah. Let me write down that note. Passing the ball of negative copium to others. School bullyism. Okay. Next paper. Oh, climate change. Should climate change be the next paper? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, climate change, I do want to write about it. I don't know what will be the next paper. I can only work on one paper at a time. So climate change, maybe I will have to defer it. Okay, because yeah, we have to prioritize things. Uh, so neo metaphysics. Uh, Okay, all right, all right, yeah. So Mr. Freddie Trump, uh, I don't think it's fair to say his life was a failure. I don't think it's fair to say that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he died prematurely, passed away prematurely, but he did achieve many things. He kind of helped Mr. Donald Trump to get way up there from the background. Okay, so yeah, yeah. And then also he made he got married and he gave birth to wonderful children like Miss Mary Trump, great contribution, right? Because she wrote this book, right? So he was also Mr. Freddie Trump, also established pilot, commercial pilot, great. And yeah, I would not characterize his life as a failure, no. Like hits and misses, like everybody else. All right, so I don't think it's fair to characterize his life as a failure. Yeah, he begot good children and yeah, he lived good life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But so then, how come Mr. Donald Trump and Freddie Trump come out so differently? Growing up just in the same household or the same parents in the same house, right? Um, yeah, I guess so. They have three. I have to correct myself. They have three sons. Okay, Fred Senior Trump, three sons. Okay, Freddie, Donald, and Robert. Okay, so Donald being middle child, yeah, maybe he was kind of jealous about his old elder brother getting all the attention, right? And Mr. Fred Trump kind of got overprotection because he's the number one son, right? Yeah, heir apparent. They could have weakened him somewhat. And the middle son, Donald Trump, kind of got neglected, right? Getting less attention. That kind of pain and suffering, it may have helped strengthen him a little, all right? That would be my guess, okay? But this established clinical psychologist, Ms. Mary Trump, she didn't see it that way. Why? She's not a humanologist. She know nothing about humanology. Okay, but so yeah, we look at the same situation differently from psychological point of view. We appreciate psychological point of view, and she's very insightful, like many psychologists and psychiatrists are. Right? We appreciate that, but we take different approach. That's why we call it humanology, not psychology. Okay, we want to maintain some independence. Why? We want to do things differently. Okay. mentioned it in the next paper. So next paper, it seems it should not be about climate change. Okay, it should be more about neo metaphysics, new metaphysics, so copiomology and didualism. All right, copiative channel theory. Yeah. I mean, dualism, it sounds so grim. It's like, dualism, you must die. You shall not live. You should die. But it's not this. Di is like, it means two. It's a double dualism. Maybe we should call it dual dualism. Because it kind of sounds so horrible. Dualism. Maybe we should rename it as dual dualism, huh? Yeah, that's fine. Because we don't want to have some negativity like death when we talk about metaphysics. Okay, yeah, we rename it as dualism. Right. That sounds better. Double dualism. Okay, okay, okay. Let me write it down. And we'll take 5 minutes. With Okay, let's take 5 minutes. All right. Okay. Good. Okay. So, uh, okay, we talked enough about that stuff. Okay, paper stuff. Next paper. Yeah, we do that, right? We plan ahead even before this paper we are writing is over. We think about next paper, right? Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, uh, now waiver, limited liability time, waiver time. Okay, statement of waiver. Okay, we do this every now and then because it's kind of important. All right, I owe you for your love and your time. Okay, but there's something I cannot pay back. Only God can. God is my guarantor. You know, guarantor concept. It's like this. Okay, let's say you lend me your time, and time is a copium, positive copium, right? Something of quantity and value, right? In humanology, copiumology. Okay, so you gave me your time, yeah, which can be converted to money, love, affection, all the good things. Okay, because you could have spent the time you spend with me. This is an opportunity cost. You could have spent that time that you're spending with me right now. You could have spent that time, your time, making money. Okay, but I'm not a rich person, and I cannot pay you back. But God can. High and Almighty God, He's my guarantor. So you are the lender, I'm debtor. I owe you money. Okay, but if I cannot pay back, God can. He's my guarantor. So that's the guarantor concept in contract law, business law. Okay, so yeah, there's no way I can pay you back. Okay, so what if you become famous and become a millionaire? You know what? I hope you do before I ever do. I may never achieve that kind of fame. I hope and pray you achieve fame and success, even if I never do. Then do you owe me anything? No, you don't. Okay. You don't have to mention my name. You don't have to mention this humanology YouTube series. You don't have to. All right. But if you write a book on a small footnote, you can say, yeah, I got inspired by this guy, but I'm not going to mention his name. You don't have to. If you want to, yeah, feel free, but you don't have to. Okay. But yeah, I acknowledge some inspiration from other people. Yeah. Then I'll be happy to see that. Okay. So if you want to, okay. Some acknowledgement that you learn some things from other people, including myself. Okay. Because that's what I do in the very first footnote in these papers, okay? Because things I learned, yeah, I learned from other people. Okay. But I don't mention their names. Why? Because my papers, they're very highly controversial. All right. So if I get some infamy, notoriety, I don't want my notoriety and infamy touch them. Okay, so that's why I don't mention their names. Okay, so but I do acknowledge, yeah, yeah, I thank people who inspired me, taught me good things. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead, be famous, write papers, make movies, write novels. Okay, this is a place where we share our knowledge, knowledge sharing space. And you don't owe me anything. Okay, just take it. I give it to you for free, everything. Okay, all the knowledge that I because I learned for free, just like Jesus said, Mr. Jesus said, what you got for free, give it to people for free. Okay, yeah. So yeah, what I learned from people for free, I give it to for free. Okay, that's fair deal. You become famous, become millionaires, billionaires. You don't have to take me with you. That's what I'm trying to say. Go ahead, live your life, use your money. You don't owe me anything. You don't owe me a single penny. Okay, it's yours. Okay, you don't have to take me there with you. Why? I'm a solo. I'm solitary guy. I walk alone mostly. Right? And that's one of the reasons I came to Alaska to be alone. Okay. Yeah, I don't do partnership kind of deal. I don't do that. Okay. You become famous, become millionaires, billionaires. It's all yours. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to take me with you because I want to be alone. Okay. So flip side of that is this. Okay. If I become famous before you do, I cannot take you with me. Why? When I'm famous, I want to be alone. Okay. Yeah. So because I'm that kind of guy. I like being alone. So if I become a million, I don't know about you. Okay. But if I become a millionaire before you do, then what would I do with $1 billion? What would I do? I guess I could just put in a bank account, I guess. Rainy day fund. Because fame, it comes and goes, right? You see all these people who are famous now, okay? Some people's fame tend to last longer than others, but that's unknown. You don't know. If I ever become famous, how long will it last? It may last long, it may not. I just put in the bank. Would I make some investment? Well, I might. I might open up some kind of film production company, TV show production company in Alaska. I fantasize about that sometimes. Okay. To make films and TV shows in Alaska. Okay. I may do that. Hire some writers and actors and cinematographers. I may do that. Or publish books, advertise it. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't believe in. Yeah, marketing, advertisement, marketing is good. Okay, it's good business, but I'd rather not. Why? Because the papers I write, I just put in the online database. Okay, I want them to be in their natural habitat, the online database in the web. All these papers I'm writing. Okay, so that it become naturally known in time, as opposed to artificially advertising them. Okay, if these papers that we write here, we put it online after done, and if those ideas are worthwhile to be known, to be preserved, then it will through the operation of natural selection, evolution concept, kind of metaphysical evolution. Okay, yeah, I would just let them be. If it's not, if what I write is not worthwhile, then let it die. Let it die with me. I have no problem with that. Yeah. So I'm kind of like cuckoo, right? What is cuckoo? Bird. Yeah, just lay egg in somebody else's nest and just forget about it and fly away. Well, joke. Okay, maybe I'm kind of guy who makes some. lady's pregnant and just go away. Well, that's a joke. Okay, so I don't do that. Okay, so but it's an analogy. All right. Yeah, bad joke. I'm sorry. Kind of irresponsible father, but that's a joke. Okay, so but I could not help noticing the similarity. Okay, I write this paper, put it online database, and forget about it. I just leave. I don't advertise it. Move to the next paper. Okay, so yeah, there's some similarity there. Okay, so I couldn't help noticing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you are on your own. Okay, and I'm on my own. That's the deal. Okay, you become more famous before I do. You don't have to take me with you. If I become ever famous before you do, I cannot take with you. Okay, you're on your own. I'm on my own. Okay, because my life is like that. Okay, I love independence, solitude, independence. I walk alone. Okay, so I mean, here you are here with me, right? Thank you. Okay, but at the same time, even if nobody's watching this human series, I'll be doing the same thing. Okay, but you do make big difference though. Okay, because if somebody's watching this, like one or two or three people, I'm being more careful with my choice of words, and also your presence here does motivate me and actually give me some positive energy so that I become more excited, more motivated, and it enhances quality of this human series. That's why I'm telling you, I owe you, but I cannot pay you. So and God, but God will pay you with His eternal blessings, generations to come. In Jesus, Amen. Okay, if you're not Christian, yeah, you got your God's blessings. Okay, if you have different kind of gods. Okay, okay, that's what I can tell you. All right, you take 5 minutes break. Okay, I'm cooking my dinner. What's in the menu? Yeah, the frozen salmon and frozen broccoli, baby carrots, and cauliflower in the water. Right. Later, I put some noodle in there. Okay, so, very healthy, lean cuisine. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay. Let's continue to talk about this wave of, okay, this limited liability. Okay, so this is kind of interesting concept. Okay, let's say you and I are very good friends. Okay, but that does not mean we can be good business partners. That's whole different kind of relationship. Friendship, partnership, that's business partnership, totally different things. Okay, I'm 42 years old, so by now I know because I've seen it. All right, two perfectly good friends, two guys, it does not always lead to good business partnership because it's two different things. Okay, yeah. And let's say you have a job. Okay, let's say I become a millionaire, right? Partially thanks to you. So, but you have a job, then I hire you. So you quit your job and you become my business partner, all right? And what if it does not work out? Okay, so I fire you, you go back to your job, but they cannot take you. Why? Because they already hired somebody else to replace you after you quit. Now, then what I have done to you, I made you lose your job. That's what happened between President Trump and Senator Jeff Sessions. They're very perfectly good friends, right? But so Mr. President Trump, he hired Senator Jeff Sessions from Arkansas, something like that. But that partnership didn't quite work out. So President Trump hired Senator Jeff Sessions to be his attorney general. Didn't work out. So Mr. Jeff Sessions went back to Arkansas. I think he was from Arkansas. Okay. Ran again for the next Senate to be Senator of Arkansas again, and he did not get elected. So he just lost. He was perfectly fine senator, good career, okay, and he lost that, okay, because President Trump hired him, and it didn't work out. So he fired him. Now, former senator went back to his state, re-ran for senatorship. He didn't get elected. He lost his job, former job. Okay. Okay. I don't want that to happen to you. Okay. Uh, I don't want that to happen to myself either. Okay. So it's two-way street, mutual. Okay. So it's just cold reality of things. All right. So yeah, it's good that we age. As we age, we learn from other people's mistakes. It's good that we learn from other people's experiences by observation. Right? Yeah. Yeah, reading news, it has some educational benefit there. When we read the news, we are learning the history in the making, right? Good history lesson, live history lesson, right? Like reality TV show. Okay, what else? So, yeah, it's the pain and suffering that makes a person stronger. So it's kind of up. That's the kind of position that we take in humanology, which is quite opposite of psychological approach, psychiatric approach. They say trauma is something bad, trauma, right? We say trauma is something very good. Pain and suffering, that's what make one person very strong. Okay, so if we compare Mr. Freddie Trump and Mr. Donald Trump, okay, yeah, Mr. Freddie Trump, he was the firstborn child, the number one son, so he enjoyed that status. Okay, a lot of security. Okay, the heir apparent of this Fred Trump Senior empire. Okay, he's the guy who's very business savvy. Okay, it's not Donald Trump, at least according to Mary Trump, right? And I agree with her. Okay, yeah, a lot of lie, hyperbole by Mr. Donald Trump. Okay, he's not a business savvy guy. No, he's the Trump Senior, his father. Okay, he was behind all this success of Trump empire. Okay, Mr. Donald Trump, he's just public relationship, PR guy, facade. Uh, yeah, spokesman. That's all it was. Okay, when because Donald Trump was so bad at business. Okay, so everything that went well is because of Fred Trump, his father. Everything that went down south very bad is because ineptitude of Mr. Donald Trump. At least that's the analysis of Ms. Mary Trump, and I agree with her 100%. Okay, I do. Yeah. So yeah, so Mr. Donald Trump, he's not business savvy at all. That's what he says, but that's a lie. That's what Miss Mary Trump says, and I agree with her. Okay. For Mr. Donald Trump got showmanship. He's a good marketing person, PR, public relation person. There's something his father lacked. So they were very complementary. They complemented each other perfectly. Okay, that's why Fred Trump really liked his middle son, Donald Trump, very much. Why? Because he found some complementation. Donald Trump had something that Fred Trump was lacking, showmanship. All right, yeah. So they worked very well together as a business partners. There's some complementation there. What? Okay, it's a dualism. Okay, uh, should we bring the whiteboard? Okay, it's been a while. We'll take 5 minutes break and we'll bring whiteboard. Okay, and then throw this diduolon. Okay, duoduolon. I'd rather call it diduolon. Okay, so because it's too difficult to pronounce. Duoduolon. Oh, I'd rather call it just diduolon. For ease of pronunciation. Yeah, we could have some whiteboard after 5 minutes. Okay, so. Oh. All right. Okay. Yeah, well, this whiteboard happy to be blank. Yeah, it's been a while since we used the whiteboard, right? So yeah, let's do it. Yeah, but before we compare, so Fred Trump, that's the father of Donald J. Trump. Okay, Fred Trump. Freddie Trump is the elder brother of Donald Trump. Okay. Um. So before we compare Fred Trump and Donald Trump, let's compare Freddie Trump and Donald Trump. Okay. So Freddie Trump, from what I've read in Miss Mary Trump's book, great book. Okay. Yeah, it seems like he enjoyed the status of first son. Okay, heir apparent, inheriting future in heir of this Fred Trump's real estate empire in what, Brooklyn, I guess, right? Yeah, I guess he enjoyed security. Okay, so his life was, he became a pilot, which is very hard work, a lot of work. Okay, but his hobby, yeah, in his spare time, boating, fishing, skiing, this water ski, flying, right? That's what he's accustomed to. The security as a firstborn son, right? I guess Donald J. Trump, he was more like, yeah, he had kind of neglected, I guess, as a child. Okay, not on the spotlight, so kind of he felt the need to outcompete his older brother, right? And he went to what, New York Military Academy as a high school, so he got some discipline there, right? Basically, more pain and suffering. Donald J. Trump, okay, as opposed to Freddie Trump, more used to this leisure, laid back, nice and relaxing, just party, okay. Yeah, so that's the dualism, okay. So, well, we'll draw two dualism here, okay. So, all right. Yeah, this is for the next paper, okay. So, uh, okay, so, all right, so you have, eh, whatever. Okay, this is time, all right. So you have Donald Trump and you have Freddie Trump, okay. Yeah, enjoying a lot of leisure time later on in the past, okay. Donald Trump, a lot of suffering, okay, neglection. So that's in the past. In the future, yeah, a lot of suffering because he lacks discipline. Mr. Donald Trump, a lot of pleasure becoming president of the United States and becoming the heir apparent, actual heir of the Trump empire. Okay, so that's that. Okay, now, so that's Fred Jr. Okay, so Freddie, Fred Sr. and Donald J. Trump. All right. So when it comes, so this is like what, spatial temporal analysis. Okay, here is purely spatial, both coordinates. Okay, so uh, let's say inner capacity. Okay, Fred Senior, yeah, he got diligence, discipline, knowledge, business savvy. Donald J. Trump, he doesn't have any of that. That's why he failed after failed after failed. Okay, what, five bankruptcy, whatever. Okay, but when it comes outside, external, you have internal and external. Yeah, we better use some Greek prefix. Internal strengths and external strengths. Okay, Fred Senior was not good at interviews, or he's not good at public speaking. Okay, Donald J. Trump, he was. Okay, so it's perfect complementation right there. Right. That's what I have to say. Yeah. I write about this in the next paper with their examples and their names because they are public figures. Yeah. Yeah. And the contrast between psychology and humanology. Psychological analysis by clinical psychologist, PhD, Miss Mary Trump, and me, humanologist, PhD dropouts from computational biology. Okay. Whose only psychology class I ever took, he ever took, is Introduction to Psychology when I was in Madison, Wisconsin, 2 decades ago. Right. The only psychology class I ever took. It was good. Okay, I liked it. Okay, I aced it. I was number one in like 300 students, maybe 235 students. I don't know. Okay, big lecture hall. Right. I was number one in the class. Okay, because I studied very hard and I really liked the class. Okay, so right. But very different kind of analysis. Okay, so there's the contrast between psychology and humanology. Okay, we do things very differently here, right? Same phenomena, but two totally different analysis between psychology, humanology. Okay, yeah, I will also ref, make reference to Ms. Mary Trump's book. I already did in this paper I'm writing. Okay, but next paper I will cite her book again. Okay. Case study. Trump family. Okay. So there's the power of didualism. I rather call it didualism as opposed to dualism. It's just too difficult to pronounce. Alright. Okay. Good. Yeah, I kind of feel more energetic today because yesterday I had paid leave. Paid leave. Very important, right? Rest. Yeah, during the long holidays, kind of doldrum, kind of like lackadaisical, and that's good. Yesterday, Monday, I did not exercise. Right. I did not run. I didn't do any muscle exercise. Okay. I rested my body. That was yesterday, Monday, my day off, leave day. Okay. Today I went to work and during the lunchtime I ran. Right. And after work, read some books and then came here. Yeah, did some muscle exercise. Right. Yeah. But yesterday I gave full rest to my body. Right. Yeah. We need that stuff. Day off, leave day. Right. Yeah. Holiday. Right. Yeah, it's very beautiful. Humanology is very beautiful, okay, but we'll take 5 minutes break and I'll tell you some more about this humanology stuff. Okay, so how it came to this. Okay, some background knowledge, information about humanology, background history behind the cartoon story of humanology. Okay. Yeah, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay. I'll tell you all about it. Mhm. It's a long story, okay, but yeah, I'll tell you all about it, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, history of humanology. Well, uh, interesting history, okay? Not very long, of course. I'm just 42 years old, right? I was in Korea. I was born in Ithaca, New York, America, okay? And I grew up in Seoul, South Korea as a child, teenager, right? For like 18 years. I graduated high school from Seoul, South Korea, okay? And then I came to Madison, Wisconsin for my undergrad college, 4 year college degree in computer science. Okay. So when I moved from Korea to America when I was like 18, 19 years old, that was year 1997. So I was 19. Okay. Right. 18, 19, something like that. Yeah. Just normal age of Korean graduation, high school. Okay. So I didn't skip any classes. I didn't get behind. Just normal age of South Korean Seoul graduate age. Okay. So yeah, I graduated high school. Okay. Like 1997 January, something like that. Okay. So yeah. So I came to, I didn't quite come to America first. Okay. I came to Vancouver, Canada. Why? After I graduated high school, we had family vacation, regrouping in Whistler, Canada, winter vacation, because my parents, my siblings, and me, we are like winter sports in South Korea and vicinity. Okay, we learned how to ski during the winter. Okay, so the plan was this: after I graduated high school, right, January 1997, I was like 18, 19 years old. Okay, 18 years old. Right, my birthday is in June. Okay, so I was still 19, 18. Okay, so yeah, it's winter, January, right? I graduated from high school. Okay, so Korean high schools in Seoul, right? In Pampo, south of the river, Gangnam. Okay, so yeah, so we have family vacation. Okay, so they went to Whistler, Canada first, right? And I had graduation. I had to attend graduation ceremony, and then I got my diploma, right, from Korean high school, Seoul, South Korea. Okay, and after that, I joined them in Canada to go to this Whistler, Canada ski resort. Okay, family reunion. Okay, so and the plan was okay. We spent a week in Whistler, Canada, doing ski. Where I tried to do some snowboarding. Okay, I wasn't very good at it. I was just tumble down the slope. Okay, such a humiliation. Okay, I was not good at snowboarding at all. But I tried to learn. Okay, because I knew how to ski decent level. Okay, not very good, but decent. Okay, back in South Korea. Yeah, yeah. I try to learn something new. Yeah, ski I already know. Okay, snowboard it looks cool like Teji boys, Sotejian boys. Okay, I try to imitate. Okay, yeah, but I wasn't good at it because I was new in snowboarding. Okay, I just tumbled down the slope. Okay, wasn't good at it at all. Okay, so the plan was we spend a one full week in Whistler, Canada, and then drive all the way to Madison, Wisconsin, so that I start attending University of Madison, Wisconsin medicine. Okay, and I did. Okay, so my parents, my siblings, they were having this vacation road trip with me to get me to from Whistler, Canada, all the way to Madison, Wisconsin. Rented car. Okay, yeah. So we did that. Okay, so yeah, and there were some books that I carried from Korea to Canada and then America. Okay, can you take a guess? About five books with me. Okay? It's not that important, okay? But if you want to take a guess, yeah, I give you a minute. All right. What are those five books that I carried from Korea, Canada, then America? Okay, it's 19 years, 18 years old. I mean, of course, I have my passport and social security card. Okay, I'm talking about books. Okay, five books I carried from Korea to America. Okay, can you take a guess? I give you a minute. Okay, so good old memories. All right, yeah. That was like 1997. So right now it's like 2020. So 23 years ago. Yeah. When I was a late teen, just freshly graduated from South Korea high school. Let me take a picture of this. Okay. Uh, uh, Taking some selfies. Yeah, the five books. Okay, it's like of course, Bible. Okay, and Mr. Herr Arthur Schopenhauer's essay. All right, what is it? Parerga and Paralepomena, Prolepomena, something like that. Okay, his famous essay series. Okay, and then History of Philosophy, Volume One, History of Philosophy, Volume Two. Okay, and the fifth book it could have been I Ching, right? The Chinese ancient, like Chinese Taoism Bible, I Ching, the Book of Change. Okay, it could have been that book, or it could have been something else. I don't know, but I did have this History of Philosophy written by German philosophy. I mean, German University of Heidelberg, Universität de whatever Heidelberg. Okay, so yeah, he's Western philosophy professor, PhD. Okay, he wrote books about history of philosophy, mostly Western. Okay, some Eastern too. Okay, yeah, volume one, volume two, and it was translated into Korean language. Okay, because my English wasn't that good. Okay, so yeah, I carry those books. Okay, so yeah. So I was thinking about some alternative to psychology back in my late teen because psychology, yeah, I was not quite satisfied with their theories. Okay, so and this was called 인간학. Okay, so in Korean language, right? This is like zero. Okay, this E, N, so in. This is Korean G, Korean R, Korean N, and Korean H, Korean R, and Korean G. Okay, 인간 means human. Okay, 학 means study. Okay, so study of human being. Okay, like humanology, right? This term existed when I was a teenager. Okay, so 인간학. It's kind of alternative to psychology. In psychology, yeah, in Korean, it's like this. Okay, 심리학. It's there's Korean S, Korean E, Korean M. Yeah, Korean language is two-dimensional, right? So 심, S-E-M, 심, 리, Korean R, Korean E, okay? 학 means study. Korean H, Korean R, Korean G, 심리학, G-O-K, whatever, okay? It means the study of principle of mind. 리 means principle, 심 means mind. So principle of study of principle of mind, 심리학. Okay, 인간학 is a just study of humans. Okay, 심리학 study of principle of mind. Right. So 심리학 is psychology, 인간학 like humanology. Okay, so yeah, 심리 the principle of mind like psyche. Okay, so yeah, so 인간학 kind of like a kind of alternative to 심리학 psychology. Okay, so that concept existed. Okay, so way back when I was a teenager, right? Even today, you type humanology, they're all different people, okay? I'm sure they have some merits and validity, but yeah, I admit they may have some good points and validity merits, okay? But in this version of humanology, okay, yeah, we do our own thing, okay? Because I did look at some other humanology in YouTube and websites, okay? And I guess they crave for some alternative to psychology. I'm just one of them. Okay. Yeah. But some other, not all, but other humanology series in YouTube or books, websites. Yeah, they kind of embrace psychology. Okay. And some of them, some based on Indian philosophy like Hinduism and with this turban, this Hinduism. Okay, well, yeah, I admit that they may have some good points there, but this version of humanology here, we are based on Eastern philosophies like Tai Chi, not Tai Chi, yeah, Tai Chi symbol. Okay, this Yin and Yang Tai Chi symbol, this Chinese philosophy, right? Okay, old Chinese philosophy. Okay, this Tai Chi symbol, right? Believe it or not, when I was studying SAT, was scholastic assessment test. I love that test. Okay, didn't do very well, but I think it's a good test. Okay, SAT. Nowadays they don't like it very much, but I think they're a good test. Okay, yeah, there's some essay questions about that. Okay, just paragraph, verbal, all right. Yeah, and yeah, like Korean flag is based on this. Okay, Taisi symbol, yin and yang, minus and plus. Okay. And believe it or not, it may, yeah, this Taoism is Chinese, okay, but it may have something to do with Buddhism. In Buddhism, there's a symbol like this, okay. That's Buddhist, traditional Buddhist symbol. I know what it looks like. It looks like swastika by Nazist Germany, Hitler, okay, but the directionality is different, okay. So this is traditional Buddhist symbol, have nothing to do with anti-Semitism or racism, okay. But swastika, that's different direction. It goes like this, okay? More clockwise, okay? But traditional Buddhism, the symbol is counterclockwise, like going against the mainstream, okay? But the way that swastika, this Nazism, Hitler in Germany, that's more clockwise, just going along with the mainstream. It, mainstream majoritarian ideology. Okay, that's how I would interpret it. Okay, but Buddhist philosophy is going counterclockwise. You're going against the stream, upstream, as opposed to downstream. Okay, here you have minority. Okay, going against the stream, minority. Here you have majoritarian ideology like Nazism. Okay, you're going against the time, you're going along with the time, downstream, upstream. Okay. How can you distinguish a live fish and dead fish? Live fish, like Alaska salmon, they go upstream. Dead fish, they go downstream with the majoritarian current, the directionality. of ideologies, right? So here, minority, you are live, okay, live fish. Downstream, yeah, this fish is that it's going down the stream, okay, subject to gravitation, okay, yeah, okay. So, that's Nazism, okay. So look similar, but two different directionality, okay. Buddhism is about going against temptation. Buddhism is about fasting. Veganism, vegetarianism is about fasting, prayer, discipline. That's Indian, also Chinese, Korean, Japanese Buddhism, Buddhist philosophy. Maybe touch symbol have something to do with that. Okay. I didn't draw this very well. I'm sorry. Okay. It kind of looks like this. Okay. Okay. In humanology, we combine this Indo-China, India, Chinese philosophy of yin and yang, Taoism, with Western mathematics, Cartesian coordinate. Okay, so you call it like this big here, so plus, minus, then minus plus. Okay, and we put this coordinate system, Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, so that's what we do here in humanology. Okay, so that's principle of ideology. All right. Yeah, I think it should be the next paper subject matter. Okay. Yeah. We take 5 minutes break, okay, and then we continue the origin of this particular version of human knowledge. It's very intriguing story, okay? Yeah. If not history. Some micro history, okay? Something that I have learned and fantasized about 23 years ago when I was in Madison, Wisconsin, when I was struggling to learn English. Okay. I'll tell you more about that in after 5 minutes break. Okay. So yeah, story time. Okay. All right. Good. We got something to talk about. Something of substance, right? Yeah. Good. All right. Okay, let's put this behind us. Okay, yeah, we got enough of that. All right, so let's just relax. All right, yeah, let's relax. So let's talk about small things, tiny individual small things. Okay, because yeah, in chaos theory back in the days, yeah, butterfly effect. A butterfly, this beautiful butterfly. In Alaska, we have butterflies. Okay, they're so beautiful, so elaborate, right? Elegant. Sipping this, yeah, social butterfly, right? Just flower to flower, honey nectar, pollination, right? Beautiful butterfly, so beautiful. So the butterfly effect in chaos theory, yeah, butterfly, this flipping of butterfly wings, it can cause a huge storm. It's very poetic, not scientific, but more literary, more like novelistic, poetic. Okay, but yeah, it has some philosophical significance there. Okay, yeah, chaos theory back in the days, right? I read that book. Okay, so yeah, some New York Times writer, journalist, chronicled that movement, chaos theory, back in 1980s. Okay. Translated into Korean language. Okay, yeah, I did read that when I was in high school, 1980s. Okay, so yeah, you have this strange attractor, you have fractal geometry, whatever, right? Yeah, Mr. Feigenbaum, right? I never met him, Mr. Professor Feigenbaum, but I met some of his graduate students. Okay, when I was in Cornell, because Cornell, New York, Ithaca, New York, upstate New York. We did some internship in Manhattan, New York, or 2 summers, okay, like 2 months each, something like that. Okay, so I met some graduate students studying under Mr. Feigenbaum. Feigenbaumology, okay, yeah, Feigenbaum constant, okay, that's part and parcel of this chaos theory, okay, whatever. Out of chaos, you can find some cosmos. So there was their spirit, not if not model, right? Yeah, so small things can make big difference. Okay, that's the motto, kind of spirit of this. One of the branches of chaos theory. Okay, so small things it can matter a lot. The principle, right? Yeah. My siblings, brothers and sisters, okay, many of them, some of them are scholars. They got PhDs. Okay, so they recommended me, hey, you gotta put some citation, okay? It's not all about your idea. No, have some citation, okay? I was like, well, you're the PhDs, okay? Well, I'm PhD dropout, okay? So I guess it's wise of me if I heed your advices, and I did. Okay, so in the footnote, yeah, a lot of citations, mostly Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a copy and paste web link websites. Okay, but I do that. Very small things in the footnote. All right, yeah. Yeah. So those small things acknowledging other people before me, right? Contributors. I think it doesn't matter. Okay, very small things. Okay, yeah. Maybe it make a big difference. Small things in the footnote. Okay. Yeah. So I heeded my most scholastic PhD siblings' advices. I'm very very well advised. Okay, people give me good advices, and I listen to them. All right. Yeah. Many times I do what they say to me, obey. Okay, because in my opinion, they are good advices. Look at me, I'm the small guy, right? All these academic journals rejected my papers. I'm unknown. So small guy in Alaska, over places, okay? So when they give me advices, it's out of pure love, caring, right? I have many friends, all different walks of lives, okay? And when have sent them, so far I've written 4 papers and I'm still writing fifth paper, okay? Yeah, for past 4 papers, yeah, I sent it to my friends, 100 of them, okay? PDF, email attachment, okay? They gave me feedbacks because they have read at least some couple of pages or maybe entire paper. I don't know. Okay. So they gave me feedbacks. Okay, I listen, right? Because they love me. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a PhD. So I wrote this paper as a secular scholar, private academic, and there is some of the papers that I wrote, and they gave me feedbacks. I'm like, oh, thank you so much for your time to read my papers and give me valuable, very valuable feedbacks. Yeah, yeah, pure love, parental. Yeah, they're like parental figures. Okay, of course I send those papers to my parents too. Hmm. Yeah, my siblings, friends, former bosses, current bosses, colleagues. Okay, yeah, my former army friends. Okay, former like undergrad, graduate school, my former law school friends. Yeah, I sent it to all of them. Okay, if I have the email address. Yeah, family, friends. Okay, yeah, even my former dates. If I know their email address. Okay, so yeah, they give me feedback. Okay, yeah. I'm very grateful. Or even some random people anywhere in the world that I met in social media, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Okay. Yeah, my former colleagues. And they give me very valuable feedbacks, like what to improve, what I did wrong, what I did right. Okay. Yeah. They're all over the world. Okay. They're in Korea, Europe, Africa, Middle East, Asia, America, Alaska, Lower 48, wherever. Okay. So I have many friends all over the world. Okay. Social media. Okay. Many of them I never met them in person, just online. Okay. So yeah, online media, right? Online social media, they come and go, right? But we're still friends. Okay. So yeah. So now I kind of know what to write in the next paper. Okay. It'll be about, yeah, neo metaphysics, new metaphysics, diadualism, and copiomology. Okay. Copiomarithmetic. It seems to be more important than climate change. Okay, yeah, climate change. I write that in the next paper. Okay, so because there's some good stuff in there. Okay, yeah, the intersection between science and politics, climate change. Okay, but yeah, I also have some other things to write about economics, linguistics. So yeah, next 2 years I'll be busy, my spare time, right? Yeah, that's good. Keeps me out of trouble because Idle hands are devil's playground. Yeah, Book of Proverbs, King Solomon, okay. So, Mr. King Solomon, okay. I'll talk about this and we'll wrap it up for tonight, okay? I will get back to work tomorrow. I have to eat my dinner, right? Yeah, Mr. King Solomon, he was a bastard, alright? Kind of illegitimate child of King David, right? The product of adultery. That's King Solomon. Yeah, David, Bathsheba, right? King David, he had many wives, concubines, okay? But Miss Bathsheba, she had a husband who is a general, who is an employee of King David, okay? So yeah, Miss Bathsheba, she was taking a bath. She didn't throw the curtain. She opened the curtain so that perhaps maybe it was planned, pre-planned on her side. Oh yeah, I see that King's Palace, King David. Okay, yeah, maybe he will see me taking a bath, so I keep the curtain open when I'm taking a bath. Maybe he will take me. Maybe it was pre-planned. Okay, I don't know. Most likely, why? Look, I'm not a woman, but I kind of understand women a little bit. Okay, they are shy by nature, right? When they take a bath, when they go to shower room, they make sure curtain is drawn and door is locked. Okay, but in Old Testament, okay, uh, Ms. Bathsheba, the wife or general employee of King David, she kept the curtain wide open and she was naked and she was taking a bath. I think it's pre-planned. I think she wanted some promotion as opposed to army general's wife. Maybe she wanted to be first lady, king's wife. That would be my guess. We are thinking logically, not emotionally but rationally. They're all Middle Easterns, okay, all Jewish, Israelites, okay. So she was taking a bath, okay, the window curtain wide open, and King David saw her, and he ordered his subordinates to bring her to his king's palace. And then he sent away this Miss Bathsheba's husband on the front line of this battle war and got him killed. And he took Miss Bathsheba as his wife, their son Solomon, King Solomon. Okay. Yeah, very corruption, adultery, murder, okay, very criminalistic, dictatorial abuse of power, okay. But God loved Prince Solomon, right? So it does not matter this ancestral origin, okay. African Americans, yeah, they kind of don't like the historical fact they are descendants of so-called slaves, right? But we are all slaves, okay? We go to work. Alright, we're all slaves, okay? So let me write that down, okay? In this paper I'm writing, I should write it down, okay? Yeah, David, Bathsheba, Solomon. Ancestry doesn't matter because we are all slaves. Let me write it down. It's important. Okay. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Okay. Right. Thank you. Good night. Bye. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Okay. Thank you. Bye.